Ray Wheatley. I'm here with Paul Nasari, who's one of Australia's leading promoters, but also got a radio program on 2BACR every Saturday. You're also a former amateur and professional boxer. Paul, I'd like to go through your amateur career, mate, and your professional career. Mate, could you tell me about your amateur career, mate? You're with Fred Braddock as an amateur?
Yeah, I was with Freddie Braddock for most of my amateur career. I did start off at Belmore PCYC with a chappie called Fred Azule. He was about 70 back then, good trainer. Had 5 fights under Belmore, then went on to Bankstown PCYC.
How many fights, Paul?
I had 26 amateurs all up. Didn't win too many. I was never a good amateur fighter.
You fought all the big names, didn't you?
I fought them all. Les Veer, Brian Williams, Marcus Prelo, Japanese champion. Geez, when I was hot, I was hot. When I was cold, I was cold.
Did you fight overseas as an amateur?
No, I never got to. I always was able to get a couple of trips away, but just went to Tasmania and represented.
So on February the 7th, 1990, you had your first professional fight. Weighing in at 133 pounds, you fought Steve Betts over 6 rounds.
Yeah, Steve Betts, a Koori fighter, very crafty. He's about 6 foot, had a draw. I remember knocking him down with a left hook, and on his way down he grabbed me around the back of the neck and pulled me down with him. That was good.
And then you backed up the following month and fought Steve Betts in a rematch.
Yeah, he got me at Mount Pritchard Community Club in a rematch, yeah.
That was over 6 rounds, right?
Yeah, bringing back memories now, Ray.
So the following week, you fought Les Veer, who's one of Australia's leading referees at the moment. You fought Les Veer over 6 rounds.
That was on Sky Channel Live, that fight. That was on a young card. Renato Cornett and Craig Peavy, who ended up fighting Peavy later on in years to come. But yeah, Les Veer had I had my first amateur against Les Veer, and Les made his play to bill against me.
There you go. Then you fought another very good fighter, mate. In April, you fought Craig Drummond.
Oh, a good fighter.
He's very good, yeah. He's a state champion.
Funny you should say that, Ray. I fought another good fighter. I fought all good fighters. There was no
bungs amongst them.
No bungs amongst the blokes I fought.
Craig Drummond, so you beat him over 6 rounds?
Yeah, yep.
What do you remember about Craig Drummond?
Very slick boxer, very good. Highly regard him as he was one of the top boxers. Yeah, he was one of the top boxers back then.
Now in April, you were elevated to 10 rounds against the Filipino, the unbeaten Filipino, Alfredo Baggio. Now I remember that fight very well because I was third man in the ring.
You were too, right?
And mate, I was very impressed with your performance that night. He was a very aggressive fighter, as most Filipinos are. But you had that educated left jab, mate, that never missed the mark that night, Paul.
I had to keep up on that left, yeah.
And at the end of 10 rounds, the judges had it 98-92, 98-95 and 99-92. So almost a shutout, which is a great performance.
Well, that was my
first 10 rounder.
That was my first main event, that one, yeah.
Now in your second main event, you fought another 10 rounder the following year in 91, February the 1st. You fought Chris Dorr, who had 28 fights. When you fought him, mate, now you beat him again over.
Trained hard for Chris, trained hard for all. Chris
now that was almost a shutout too. It was a shutout on one judge's card.
Yeah, Chris was the lightweight champion. He just won it 2 weeks previously off a guy called Tilta Haplin, and he wouldn't put it up for grabs. So I went in there and beat Chris, but no title was up for grabs. So that was one of my best performances up to date by then.
I remember seeing Chris Dorr and you both boxing Azuma Nelson when he was out here.
Oh yeah.
He was a sparring partner and you were also a sparring partner for Azuma Nelson.
I boxed Azuma Nelson.
Yeah. You boxed all the good ones, Jeff Fenny.
Yeah.
And also Costa Zoo. But anyway, in May 17, 1991, you fought Larry Sarmiento over 8 rounds, Filipino. You won that fight well too, mate, on points. Remember Larry Sarmiento?
Yeah, he was a tough fella, Larry Sarmiento.
Gave you a good fight?
7 fights for 7 knockouts.
That fight's on YouTube?
It is too, yeah.
Your Chris Dorr fight's on YouTube?
It is too, yeah.
Baggio fight's on YouTube?
It is too. They're all on
now,
YouTube.
In your very next fight, you could regard this maybe as the best win of your career. You beat current Hall of Famer and world rated Tony Mad Dog Miller. You beat him over 10 rounds. You won it on 3 judges' cards, all was unanimous. 97-95, 96-95, 97-94. Tell me about Tony Mad Dog.
That was a great win for me. That should have been for a title, but this is it in this day and age with trainers. They won't take fights like this because, to me, and I've had a chat to Arthur Tunksel about this at ringside at the old South Sydney Junior days, a lot of trainers haven't got confidence in their own training ability, and that's why they won't take hard fights. Now, Freddie looked me in the eye and said, "Do you want to fight Tony Miller?" In my 6 pro fight, I said, "Oh yeah, if you believe in me, I believe in you." He believed in me and I believed in him. And I went out and fought Tony Miller and I beat him. And I beat him convincingly.
Great performance.
It was a great win.
Because at that time he had over 30 fights, I think it was.
Yeah,
so it was well into it, so he's much more experienced than you.
40 fights,
and he
actually
fought at the top level.
Yeah.
He fought Lester Ellis, fought Jeff Fennick, took them both the distance.
Sure did.
Now in 1992, first up, now you fought another well-credentialed fighter, the champion from Japan. It was Iowa Atoma. Had a record of 22 wins, 3 losses. Now you beat him convincing. You scored a shutout.
APBF
over 10
champion.
rounds. Now that was
He was the APBF
that
champion.
was a great performance. You could also regard this as one of the best performances.
I just got better and better as I went on and on.
Yeah. Now that's
Until
March
I fought.
1392.
It's coming up. Yeah.
So in your very next fight, you got the opportunity to fight for the Australian lightweight title against Scotty Brewer. Scotty had 17 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. He fought you. You fought him for the Australian title. Tell me about that fight.
There was nothing in it. The first judge went after 12 grueling rounds with Scotty. The first judge went, these were the exact scores. I'm not punching. 118, 113 for me. And I thought I won the Aussie title. And then in the next breath, the referee yelled out identical score for him. It went 118, 112 for him. And I thought, oh no, it's going to be a draw. Then the last judge went 116, 112. And I thought, he's not going to add up for me. And I got beat on a split. It went live all over Australia, and what a fight it was. It was a great fight.
Got a lot of publicity too, because he was on 60 Minutes and he was also on Channel 9 speaking about the fight. You worked too, it was a big interview. Now it took you 6 months later, you got him in a rematch, January the 16th, 1993, fought him over 12 rounds, another razor close fight. One judge had it a draw, 114-114. Tell me about that fight.
There was nothing in that fight. I got hit with a low blow. I threw a couple back and I got pinged a point, and it actually cost me the fight. If you read them scores out again, you'll see that I would have won it. I went back to my corner after the ninth and Freddie says, you've got to work harder now. You've lost a point. There's nothing in this. And he got me again on points on a split decision. I've got to give it to Scotty Brower. He come all the way from Melbourne to fight me in my backyard, Reesley Workers Club, and he got us again.
He's in charge of the Boxing Commission in Victoria now.
Yeah, I've seen him since.
Lovely guy, mate. But yeah, tremendous, very close fight. That could have went either way, that fight. Now, March the 26th, 1993, you had another great win. You beat the very experienced Craig Peavy, who had a win over Renato Cornet, is that right?
Yeah, well, Peavy beat Brower. Brower has beat me twice, so I knocked Craig Peavy out. That was my first fight under Johnny Lewis.
Johnny Lewis had that fight?
That fight, yeah.
Mate, you got upset in your very next fight against Alwyn Duke, the Aboriginal fighter, mate. It was a very good fighter. June the 18th, 1993. You just had an off night.
I got too cocky, Ray. I didn't train as hard and just knocked out Craig Peavy.
But you were out of the ring for, nearly 2 years?
2 years, yeah, then I got back in there.
Simon Mayman, you got Simon, a very good fighter.
Good fighter, Simon was, yeah.
Simon, you stopped Simon on a cut-eye in 8 rounds. Then you backed that up with another good win against Iskali Koroy.
Oh, awkward Fijian. Very awkward.
You beat him over 10 rounds. That was a shutout decision. But then another big one. You got Tony Mad Dog Miller back in the ring.
Yes.
Is that fight in Melbourne?
That was in Melbourne. That was my third attempt at the Australian lightweight title. And Tony was out on the line.
Tell me about that fight.
Well, I shouldn't have been a lightweight anymore. The weight really killed me. But, mate, I stayed there with him toe to toe. He knocked out 4 blokes before me, but he got me on points after 12. Got in the ring about midnight, and it was...
They used all the tactics, Keith Ellis?
Oh, yeah, all the tactics. And, he was just too strong for me.
But anyway, you had a win over him, and he had a win over you.
And since then, I've seen him at the Boxing
He's a lovely bloke, and he's a buddies now.
And he said, you won one and I won one, and that's the way it's staying. I loved it.
He's a Hall of Famer now, so made a great effort.
Yeah.
You hold the decision over a Hall of Fame. Now 4 months later, you went up a division to the welterweight division and won the state title, New South Wales state title by beating Danny Boy Pierce, who was a very good fighter. Tell me about that fight.
Well, I had to win a title before I left the boxing scene, and I finally won one. I think it was my second or third last fight. And I stepped out the ring, and my mother was standing there, and she said, "Will you give it away now? You finally won a belt." I said, "I've still got another crack at the Australian title." She just walked away and rolled her eyes, but I finally won a belt after having an attempt at so many.
Well deserved, Paul. You kept plugging away, buddy.
I kept that belt on for about a week, mate. I never took it off.
Well deserved, mate. Then you beat the New Zealand, the Norm Graham.
Yeah.
And then you went to the Philippines. Boxed a very tough Filipino, earning a Lesnar, and you had a very big name guy fighting on the undercard, Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao fought on my undercard, folks.
You were top of the bill.
That's my claim to fame.
You got an injury in that fight.
Oh, that could have been a lot worse than what it was. I've ended up in hospital after fighting Ernie Lesnar. And I don't care, I'm on YouTube. They do cheat the Philippines. They'll use any tactic they can to win. And my trainer never went in and watched him get bandaged up and gloved up. And he left the boxing ring with his gloves still on. His gloves
you had a horseshoe in there, Paul?
Oh, he had something in there, mate. I got a big lump on my head and it just got bigger and bigger, and I've ended up in hospital for 48 hours under observation in Manila, Makati, Philippines.
You recovered well, mate, the following year, and you fought for the Australian welterweight title for the very accomplished Stephen Striggins. That was a points decision loss. Tell me about that fight, Striggins. Very awkward fighter.
Very awkward fighter.
6 foot fighter? 6 foot welterweight?
6'2", a smaller tap, grab you, but a good fighter. Went to the Olympics, won bronze in Barcelona. And mate, I'll give it away after that. 4 attempts at an Australian lightweight, at an Australian title, 3 at lightweight, 1 at welter. And that was it. I was all done and dusted, mate. I will give it away.
Congratulations on a great career, Paul. Okay, mate. Thanks a lot, mate. All the best. Best for the future, Paul.